Hello everyone, I am Vishal and in this video we are going to learn about Git and GitHub. So this video will be a beginner friendly video in which we are going to learn about Git and GitHub from scratch. We are going to learn how to create GitHub repository, how to do open source work and how to contribute in other projects. So basically first of all let's understand what is Git and GitHub. Before understanding what is Git, let's understand a scenario. So let's say in your college you want to work on a project with your friends. Okay, so there are 4 or 5 people who want to work on a single project. So how do you do that? Let's say on your laptop you have your code. Okay, and you do some changes, you implement some features now, and one of your friend wants to work on another feature. Okay, they implement another thing. So now how do you send your feature to other? You can like make a zip or copy the folder and mail, or you can put it into Google Drive and send the Google Drive link. But now there will be so many things that can be happen, so many classes that can be happen. So to resolve this problem we use a Git. So basically a Git is a software which helps us to collaborate on each and other project. Like with the help of Git, we can collaborate on other projects very easily, and we are going to see live how to do that. But first of all, let's understand Git is a software which helps us to collaborate on several projects. So basically if thousands or any number of developer want to work on a single project, they can do with the help of Git. So I hope you understand why this Git is useful and what is Git. So basically this Git is known as a version control system. This help us, like if you are working on some feature and that feature is like that feature does not work, so what will happen? Your production will be break. So to resolve this problem, what will be your very first solution? Your very first solution will be, let's go back to our earlier version. So now how to do that? You can do this with the help of Git. So Git is help us to first of all help us to do a collaboration. Now while do collaboration, we should know that this feature or this section of code, who have written this, when this code is written. So this whole history is written in the Git. I hope this is a very brief introduction what is Git. Now what is GitHub? So basically GitHub is a hosting service which help us to host our project. So we will host all our projects onto GitHub. Okay, there are some other hosting services like GitLab, Gitbucket. So we are using GitHub for now. So as you have understand that Git is a software and GitHub is a hosting services. So first of all, let's make an account on GitHub and download this software. To download Git software, you just have to write Git download and whatever machine you are using. You can write, I am using a window machine, so I will write Git download window. And if you are using Mac or Linux, you can write Git download Mac. Okay. So basically after writing this, the first link gitscm.com, you have to click on this link. And now after clicking on this link, you can just download, and you just have to click on this download for Windows. And after clicking on this, you just have to write next, click on next, and it will be downloaded. It's very simple. Now the second thing that you have to do is you have to make your account on GitHub. So how to make your account? Just write github.com, and here you have to just give your email address and a little bit of information. Write your email address, sign up for GitHub, and your GitHub account will be completed. So once your Git is downloaded, GitHub account is made, you can be ready for making project. So now let's check out how to make project. So how to make a Git repo? It's very simple. So what is first of all Git repository? So Git repository is just a folder. Okay, so let me just create a new folder. To creating new folder, I will write new folder, and I will write learning Git and GitHub. So now the second thing I have to do is I have to open my Git Bash. So now your first question will be, what is this Git Bash? So Git Bash is a simple command line terminal software which help us to make our project through command line. So the first thing we are going to do is, the first command we are going to learn is git init. So you see, this is our empty project till now. So first of all, what we have to do, this is a simple folder. Now this folder or this repo should be git repo. So how to make a project to your git repository? First of all, you have to write is git init. So once you write git init, what will happen? You see there is a .git folder will be created. This is a hidden folder, but right now I am showing all the hidden folders also. So in this folder there are several folders or files which will save our history of the project. So this git will help us to save all the history. So now if you see, once I write git init, this project will become empty GitHub repository. Because why empty? Because there is nothing. This folder is hidden also. Okay, so let me just add some files here, index.html, and let me just create one more file, text.txt. So now if you see, we have two files, our index file and our text file. So if I am going to see what is my current status of my project, so if you see, you know that I have created two files. So how to understand this with the help of command line? So we will say git status. So what this git status means? Git status means what is your current status of your current directory, that is project directory, or you can say working directory. Okay, so this is our project directory, or you can say working directory where we work. Okay, so in this directory right now, you see you have created these two files, index.html and text.txt. So you have created two files, and let's just understand this text. What does it mean? It's a untracked file. Okay, and it's a untracked file. So what is this untracked file? So there are three stages. The first, there are three stages: working directory, or you can say project directory. Second is our staging directory, and third is our commit. So what we have to do is, in Git there is a web flow. First of all, once we create any file, so that will be our untracked file. As soon as you create the file, that is untracked, means Git is not tracked that file. So now, so that now to track that file, what we have to do, we have to move this file from working directory to, once our file comes from working directory to staging directory, what will happen is this Git will snapshot, or I can say this, it will take a photo of our current work. Like this is the version 1, you can say. Okay, so it will store all the changes that will happen. Now to save those changes, so it comes from working directory staging, it will click on snap, and now to save this snap or save the changes, you have to commit those changes. So let me just show with the help of command how to do that. So first of all, what you have to write is, you will write git add. So once you write git add and the file name, I am writing index.html. So what will happen is, if I do git status, so just read this. So it will say this is untracked file. This is in my working directory, and this is index. This is now in staging. Okay, now it done snapshot where this index file is going to staging directory. Now what we have to do is, what I am gonna do is, I will do a git commit. Now from staging directory to going to this our commit, what we have to do is commit. What this commit will do, this commit will save everything. So what does git commit command do? This git commit command will save all the changes that is present in our staging area. Okay, git add put our file from add to staging, and this git commit put our all the file from staging area to committed area. Okay, so if I write git commit, and -m means this -m, what this /m means? /m means message. So I am writing the message initial commit, or I can say adding index.html. We have to write a meaningful message here, so that once there will be some error in our project, so we can easily detect by saying that message, that what this source of code do. Okay, so now if I again check my git status, now what is the current status? So if you see that this file is go, this is tracked. Okay, now if you change something in this file, so how to change? Let me just change in this file. and let me just write a simple tag. Just simple tag. So if I just save this, how to save this? For saving this, you just have to write this escape button, and after escaping button you have to write this, if you see here clearly, and you have to write WQ, okay, and enter. Now this will be changed. So now if I writing git status, so just see, this is modified. Why it's understand this is modified? Because this is tracked, this file is tracking by this git. So this track, and they say you have modified this index.html. Okay, so let me just do add my both file. Now if you want to add, let me just clear this. If you want to add both of these files, this txt and index, so how to do that? If you want to add all the files that is in the working directories to your staging directory, so you can write git add dot. Okay, so if you write git add dot, all the files, this index.html, and this is done. Okay, so now if I do git status, so you will see these two files. This file is going to staging area. Okay, this is also going to staging area, but this is our new file and this is our modified file. Okay, I hope you understand the difference, and if you try to read this, you can understand everything. Okay, now if I do git commit, and what I will do, I will write edit text.txt and some change, and you have to write the change, but I can simple write adding HTML tag in index.html. So I am also teaching you how to write a meaningful commit. So now if you have done this, so you can see that two file changes and one insertion, means we have insert one thing. Okay, and no, there is no deletion, so we haven't deleted anything. So now if I do git status, so everything is clean. Okay, this everything that we have done, all the changes that we have done is stored in our git. So now how to see these changes, that where what are the things that we have done, where are these changes? So how to see that? To see all of our changes, we have to write git log. So if I writing git log, then if you can clearly see commit, this is our hash code, unique hash code, by which we can find our commit, and you can see that this commit is done by author. This is Vishal Rajput and this is email. Okay, and on which date, on this date and at this time, and what is the message? This is my message, this is my message, and you can see, and the first commit I have done is this. So how this git log will edit the commit? So the very recent commit will be at the top of this, and the last commit will be at the bottom. Okay, so this is our most recent commit. Now the first thing, if you just download this thing, if you just download your git for the very first time, you are not able to commit. Why? Because this is not, you have to set your username and you also have to set your user email. Now to set your username and user email, you have to write a very simple command, git config. So there is one config file in which we are going to store our this object global. So we are going to do these changes for globally, not for this only, not for only this project, for all project our username will be same. So we are writing git config user dot name. So for the user is your object and this name is your name. So I am writing Vishal Rajput, and whatever you have created your GitHub account. So where you have writing your username, there is two things, username. So you have to write your full name here. So now the second thing is you have to write your email. Okay, so that this will store, because I have already tell you this git log, this git will also manage that who have done these changes. So to know your who done these changes, they know what is your email ID and what is your name. So now I will do this global user dot email, and here I will write my email ID. So after setting these two things, you can do your git commit and git commit things if you are not able to do it earlier. Okay. So now I hope you understand how to do these changes, how to do several changes. Now let's understand one thing. Let's see another scenario. By mistake, what I have done is I have deleted this file. Okay. And even if you delete this, there is no problem because you haven't saved it. But what happened is you have deleted this file, you have done certain changes in HTML and do this, and what you have do is you have added these changes and moved this to your command line. Okay, or you can say your repo. So you will do git commit and deleted txt file, and now I will say git status. So see, what you have done is, but what happened is you have deleted this by mistake. Okay, so if I say clear, so you have deleted this by mistake. So now what to do? How to recover those changes? Okay, or sometime what will happen is there are let me just show you with the help of git log. So if you see the git log is there are some changes. Okay, and because of these changes, whatever this you have done in this commit, those changes will break your product and do some damaging in your software. Okay, so what you will do, the very first solution you can do it. The first thing, you will find the bug, what is happening, what is wrong with this code, but this will take a time consuming. The very first solution that you should do is you will go and find at which commit our project is fine. So we can see that at this commit our project is fine, so we will get back to our previous version. So how to do this thing? So I will just copy this hash code, and I will, after copying this, I will write git reset. So it will reset my project until this commit. So how my project is looking at this commit, it will change, reset to that project. Okay, so just wait a second. Now if you read this, now after resetting to your previous commit, you can see when you do a git status, you can understand what does this say. This say that all the changes that you have done to this committed area comes to your unstaged area. Now from unstaged area, what you have to do, you have to make this to a staging area. So how to do that? That's very simple. First of all, let's understand this is deleted. Now what you have to do you have to add this or do you have to restore? Yeah, you have to restore these changes, because what you have done is you have deleted this file. Do you want to delete? No. So whatever the changes that you have done, you have to restore this. So I will say git restore, and restore which file? My text.txt. Okay, and this will be restored. Now if I do clear, you can clearly see that this text.txt will be there. Now what we have to do is git status, nothing to do that. So basically how to do that, you just have to git reset your previous commit, and just after that you have to restore your old file. I hope you understand what is this, everything about how to make your project and this. Now the very first question is, I know how to do this changes with the help of git, but how my friend will able to contribute to this? For that, what we have to do is you have to host this project to GitHub. Now how to do that? Let's understand. So now how to host your existing project onto GitHub? Let's understand this. So basically what you have to do is, if you see, this is a plus icon. On this plus icon, if you click, there is known as new repository. I have already explained you what is Git repository. Or repository is a simple project, okay, simple folder you can say. So I will say that yeah, I have to create new repository, and I will name here learning, and whatever your project name, you have to write your project name, and you can write a suitable description here, like what does this folder do. So I am saying I am learning Git and GitHub through this project, or you can say I am practicing Git and GitHub through this project. So make this public, okay, make this public and add a readme. You can add a readme, or if you don't want, just make a this. But on the most of the project, you will add a readme file, and I will let you know what this readme file will do. but for now just do this thing. Now this is your project. As of now, we have created this empty repository. Now what we have to do is, we have already created a project at our local machine. Now what we have to do is, we have to put our local machine project or code base into here. So how to upload your project here? There are two ways. So let's understand the first way. So the very first way is, we have to initialize one file. We have already done. We have added some changes, committed that. Now we have to make one branch. Okay, now what this branch and how does this work, we will let you know in very shortly. So I am making this branch. If you see, earlier it was master, now it is main. We are on the main branch. Basically, this branch is very simple. First of all, earlier days we used the master as our main branch. Now we have renamed this, just rename our main branch to master, main. Earlier it was master. So now what we have to do is, we have to add a remote. What this remote means, basically this remote will help us to, like, what this remote do. If you understand, you have a TV remote, so what that TV remote do, with the help of that remote you can access all the TV channels. You can do several things on your TV. Okay, similarly with the help of this remote we can do several things, like we can see that what are the changes on our this repo, what are the difference, and if there are some difference we can pull and push. So I will let you know about remote very shortly. So first of all, let me add some remote. So how to add some remote, you have to write git remote, then we have to write this add, and after writing this add we have to write the any remote name. By default it is origin. As we know, by default our main branch is main. Earlier it was our master was our main branch. Okay, so now git remote add origin. So this origin name remote will be created. Okay, so now if I do enter and if I do git remote, so you say we have a origin remote. Okay, if I do git remote, so it will say we have a remote. With the help of this remote, what we can do, we can fetch and we can push. I will let you know what this fetch and push. So let's understand what this push means. So what are the first thing we are going to do here is, the last command is git push. Now what this push will do? So what is push in generally means? Push means, basically what is the meaning of push? Push means to move something away from us. To move something away from us, push. So now what we are doing is, we have our code in our local base. So we are pushing our local base code to GitHub. Okay, so we are writing git push minus u origin. What is this origin? Remote. What is this main? Our branch. So we will push our code to origin remote main branch. Okay, once you have done this, these certain things will be happen and your code will be there. So now if I reload this, you will see all the changes, all the source code for our project will be here. Hooray! Yeah, we have done it. We have uploaded our local source code to our GitHub. So let me just first of all help people to understand what this project do. For that we have to add a readme. So what this readme file do? If I click on this add a readme file, so this will create a file in which I have to write what my projects do. So here I am writing learning Git. I am learning this. Okay, so this is basically your project name and this is your description that you have written. Okay, now understand this thing very clearly. What does it mean? You have created a file. Okay, this file is created. You have named this readme.md. You can give any name, but by default it will readme.md. So now what are the second thing we do? How to commit? We write git commit -m or /m and we write the message. Here we have to write the same message. Okay, we have to write message and this will work as git commit. Okay, this will write as git commit, and when you click on this commit new file, so you should write any message, or if you don't write, it will be a default create readme.message or readme.md. So if I click on this, so you can easily see that what happened. Okay, so you can clearly see that this readme file will be created, and now this is our description. This is already here. Okay, now let's understand this commit. What does this commit do? So now while watching this commit, you can understand that what are the changes that happen in my project. So if I see create, I have created this readme file, I have added txt file, I have added index file. So we can understand everything. So if I click on this readme commit, if I click, I can understand what this do. So plus means or green means added, something is added, or red means something is deleted. So we will understand this in detail in just a few minutes. So let's understand the thing is. I hope you understand how to do changes on GitHub. Okay, so now the second thing what we are gonna do is let's create some changes on the local and let's understand how this conflict happen. Okay, so now what is happen? So if I do git status, it say yeah everything is clean, but remember we have created a readme file, but it is not there. How to do that? So the first thing, before doing any changes, the very first thing we have to do is we have to pull all the changes. Understand what I'm saying? We have to pull all the changes from our GitHub to our local machine. So how to do that? So it's very simple. We have to write git pull. So if you write git pull, it will pull all the changes that is at your GitHub, but not in this working directory. Okay, I hope you understand what is the difference between git pull and push. Pull means we have to pull all the data from GitHub to our working directory. Push means we have to send the data. Pull means we have to receive. Okay, I hope this understand. If you understand this git pull, and if you are able to understand everything, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It helps and motivate me to make more such content. So first of all, what we do is if I do git status, understand. To understand everything, you just have to, if you know basic English, you can understand everything. What it says that it is added this readme file to plus plus means you have added 2 lines. Okay, that's simple. One file is changed and 2 insertion is done. You have added something in 2 lines. That's very simple. Now let's understand. We want to change in this readme file. So let me just change the file. My readme. Let me just save it. And let me just find what are the changes that I have done. So if I do git status, so you can understand what I have done is I have modified this readme.file. So if I do just git, what I have to do? Let me just tell me what should I do. So first of all, let's clear this. What you have changes, you have done some changes. So what are the first thing that you will do? The first thing, you have to make these changes. You should save those changes. So how to save? You have to write git add code. Okay, git add whatever the file name. After that, you have to write a good commit message. So you can say change, minor change, or you have to write a good message. But for now, I am writing this minor change in readme.md. Okay, now I hope you understand. Whenever you do certain change, you have to add, you have to commit. Now add, commit, and then finally git post. So once you post, it will, your change will be go to readme file. So now if you see here, and if I go to my code base, so now you can see that earlier it was I am learning git. Okay, now here another language added. I am writing this in my local machine. Okay, I hope you understand how these things, how this cycle works, how to make your project and then push it to the GitHub, and from the GitHub how to change in your project. I hope this thing is clear. Now let's go to your friend side. Okay, let's go to your friend side. Your friend is see this project and want to contribute to this project. How he will able to contribute to this project? Now we have understand how to create a Git repository, how to upload our Git repo or our project to our GitHub, and now we are going to learn about if our project is already there on GitHub and we want to change it. Let's say we have uploaded our GitHub project 6 months ago. Okay, now we want to do certain changes. How to do that? Because we have deleted from local machine. Now how to do that? Second case will be there, like I want to contribute to other project. How to do that? So I'm going to tell you all both of the situation, and to be very honest, all the procedure will be very similar. Okay, all the procedure will be very similar, just one difference will be there. So if it's your project, you are allowed to do changes. Okay, but if it's not your project, then you can't do the changes directly. You can change the project, do a contribution indirectly. How to do indirectly? Let me. So if it's your friend project, okay, so you have to click on this fork, and once you click on this fork, what will happen? A copy, this project copy will be created by your name. Okay, and then you can do the all procedure. So now it's my project. So what I will do, I will click on this code and click this. Okay, and after copying this, I will open a Git Bash. So I will open a Git Bash, and here in the Git Bash, what I will write in, I will write git clone. Okay, I will write git clone and the URL. This is the URL, and I will put enter. So I have done this enter, and if you see clearly, this folder is created. Now once your project is downloaded, what you have to do, you have to open this in your any ID. Let me just open in VS Code. By the way, this video is a part of my front-end development essential course. So if you want to learn about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, so do check out my course, and it contains lots of projects which is very useful for you to learn JavaScript better. So now if you see, this is my project. Let me just do a very simple changes. So see, this is my file. These are lots of things. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is now if I do a git status, so you see I haven't do any changes, so it's very clean. So now let me just change something like that. Hello everyone, are you ready to become hello everyone key. So let's say I have done all my changes. So if I have done all my changes, so what I will do, I will just save this file, and let me just again do a git status. So if I do git status, you will find that I have modified this file. Why this is modified, not a new file? Because this is not a new file. I have done some changes, so this is modified. So now what I have to do is, basically if it is modified, so basically I have to stage these changes. So I will say git add, writing the file name, and then commit these changes. So this is very minor change, but I have to write what I have done the changes. So basically if I don't write this -m, what will happen is, if I enter this, so it will open a new file where I have to write the message. So here I have to write the message, changes in readme file. Okay, so rather than, and once I have done this, I have to close this. Okay, so then this will happen. So you can see that you can do it a single line, git commit -m, and you can write this. So now what I have to do, I have to do git status, and it will write, if you at every step you do git status, it will tell you everything that what you have to do next. So it will say that your branch have the changes which is ahead of your origin main. What is this origin? The remote one. Okay, main branch. So whatever the changes in your GitHub, and in this one is ahead. So if this is ahead, so you have to push these changes to your GitHub. So how to push? You already know. Just write git push, and it's done. How simple is this? I hope you understand every things. Okay, so they are very simple. Now what happen if it is not your project? If it is your project, so the changes will show here directly. So if I just reload this, so you are able to see the changes. So from hello everyone, hello there is here. Okay, so this is just 1 minute ago. But if it is not your project, then you have to do certain things. What you have to do is, you have to create a PR. You have to create a pull request and ask your the admin to get merge that pull request. So let me just show you how to do that, how to raise a PR. So let's say if this is my project, let me just do a simple change. This is my hello everyone. Okay, so I am doing this because this is my project. If it's other project, then I can't do it directly. So what I have to do is, I am going to do a PR. Okay, so this is my new branch. Because to raise a PR from your project other branch to main branch, or from your project your clone projects to other project is very same. Okay, so what you have to write, you have to write a commit. This is your commit. Okay, here you have to write a comment that what are the changes that you have done. You have to write in description, and then you have to click on this create pull request. So once you click on this create pull request, then the admin will come and review it, and after reviewing this, he or she will be merged it. So let me just show you one more project. So if you want to make so many projects related to web development, do follow me on the GitHub. I have made so many projects here. So let me just show you my very recent project. So this awesome JavaScript project. So basically what these projects do is, inside this project you will see 400 plus JavaScript projects. Okay, so if you want to learn JavaScript, just check out this project, and that's more than enough to learn JavaScript. Okay, while building 400 is more than enough. While building just 10 or 20 projects, you are having a very good command. So you see in this project there are 240 contributors are there. How they contribute? You can contribute too. I have teach how to do that. So basically just click on fork. After coming to this project, just click on fork, and after doing forking, just click on this copy URL of your project. Okay, and if you don't know how to do this, so I have written all the how to do contribution guideline. So fork this project, then clone. After cloning, go to that project, add remote. Okay, after remote, just pull request after doing all the changes. Okay, these are the changes that you have to do it. So now what I'm gonna do here is, I am going to review a pull request. So here, if you see there in this project there are 910. This was my best project till now. So I'm going to review this project. So how to review? You see, this is how a PR raised. So you should not write any. You have to write a beautiful title and whole description that what this code do. So while reading this description, I can understand this is one project which is like gas number project. So now I have to check the code, check the commit. There is only one commit. I have to check the file. So how does he delete or what he have done? So I have seen that he has created a CSS file and JavaScript file and one HTML file. So basically we have to detail do something that it should not do any wrong thing. So after that, what I have to do, I have to click on review changes. Okay, if there are something, okay, if there's something that, hey, you have done this wrong, so I will write, hey, please correct this. So let's do this. So if this is not correct, okay, so let me just write padding should be true. Okay, so something like that, and I will say add a single comment or start a review. Okay, but right now if everything is working fine, then what I have to do is I have to approve. Okay, and I will say look good to me, or I can write anything. Okay, look good to me, and just click on approve. Or if there are something that I have to comment or request change. For now I am approving this PR look right for me, and once I am approved, okay, then I will say merge. Okay, so as soon as I merge this file, just I have to click on confirm, and this will be merged. So once this is merged, this will become from green to this color. And now if I go to my code, source code, you can see that this file. Okay, so I hope you understand how to raise a PR, how to do several things, and now what are the things that you can do. So let's do things. First of all, I hope you understand what is Git, what is GitHub, how to do open source contribution. That my project was open source. Open source means that project is available for everyone. This is not my individual project. Everyone are invited or welcome to contribute to this project. So how to find this project? So it's very simple. You just have to go to GitHub and just write, let's say you want to learn JavaScript, just write JavaScript. Okay, just write JavaScript, and once you click on this JavaScript, you will see there are so many projects. This is all mine project, so you can learn all the JavaScript from here. If I just click on this JavaScript and go to all GitHub, so you will see there are thousands, lakhs of files, 4,400 million code. Okay, and from here, whose project you want to work on this. So do you want to work on this JavaScript 30? That's very famous JavaScript 30, where you have to build 30 projects in 30 days. So if you want to contribute this, let's say you go to this project and you say that, hey, this design is not looking good. Okay, actually it's look super good. But if you want to change in this design or there is some mistake, then you can go here and just edit. Okay, whatever things you want to edit, you just go and edit those things. So this is what open source contribution means. Okay, so now what are the next step for you? What are the next step for you? So I have already teach to make this project. So I hope you make this project, and if you have any project, just upload your project on GitHub. After uploading your project on GitHub, showcase on your LinkedIn or Twitter, and after showcasing on your LinkedIn and Twitter, just invite users to contribute to your project and tell what they will get after contribute to your project. As I have mentioned that if you contribute to my awesome JavaScript project, you are able to understand what is JavaScript, and it is very free of course. All the projects you can use it in your resume or anywhere. So yeah, I hope this video is helpful for you. If it's helpful for you, do hit the like and subscribe button.